You're listening to The Charity Stripe.
Oh, that is us, everybody. The Charity Stripe. The best, worst sports show you'll ever hear. Still Great the Rebound Jones. Still as gay as can be, sitting across from me. That's Trigger Mike.
Welcome to Monday Mike Raw.
Didn't you already spoil our ears with that one?
No, I just did the pews earlier.
Oh, what a shame. That is a shame. We're not going to waste any more time.
Speaking of pews.
Yeah, we got him on the phone.
Hey, I want to drive the Zamboni. Hey, I want to drive the Zamboni.
Joining us from alongtheboards.com and just all around second favorite guest we can have on the show until he brings us beer and he becomes the first. Phil, what's happening?
Oh, not much. Sitting here drinking beer and eating gummy bears, listening to the Charity Strike.
Beer and gummy bears.
Quite the combo.
Good combo. It's reliable. It's my Monday night go-to.
That's
For Monday Mike Raw.
Yep.
What-
Monday Mike Raw, beer, gummy bears.
That's right.
what kind of beer goes with gummy bears?
Oh, right now I am opting to the Line & Kugel's Grapefruit Shandy.
Now that is
That
good
does
stuff.
work.
And that kind of does go with gummy bears. I'll
Yeah.
give you credit.
It's adequate.
Yeah, that's pretty good. The only problem I have with that stuff, because I have some in my fridge, my only problem is the alcohol percentage is pretty low on it.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like 3.5% or something shitty like
I must
that.
be a pussy then, because I've had 5 and I'm feeling okay.
Way to go, you badge.
Well, 5, you may eventually start feeling something.
It's true.
I'm not as big a drinker as you guys, though, because my life is not nearly as depressing.
You nailed it. Oh, anyway, speaking of depressing, what hockey news do you have for us?
Yeah, depressing, all right. I'll save the depressing stuff for later.
Oh, good.
There's a lot going on in hockey right now. The talk around the league right now is this kid, Andrew Hammond, up in Ottawa. So here's the story on the Ottawa Senators. I'll keep it brief for everyone's sake. Just not too long ago, they were 10 games out of the playoffs. They were a game below 500. And their starting goaltender had been injured, and their second-string goaltender had just gotten injured, both of which are pretty good, and they kind of share duties, Craig Anderson and Robin Lane. But, yeah, so they're game below 500. Their second goaltender goes down, and they bring up this kid from their minor league affiliate. His name's Andrew Hammond. His nickname's the Hamburglar.
Of course.
And everyone, in Ottawa is really excited. They're going to tank the rest of the season, try to get Connor McDavid. Well, this kid has been absolutely lights out. He's gone insane. He rattled off his first 8 straight wins. He played one NHL game last year. So this is really, kind of the only NHL action he's had. In 15 games, he's gone 14-0-1.
Wow.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Not lost a game in regulation. The Senators last night just beat the Sharks 5-2. This kid won his 14th
Yeah, fuck the Sharks.
game. And, of course, the Sharks.
We love him.
And, and now they just overtook the Bruins for 8th place in the Eastern Conference, and they're in the playoff picture again. And
So
it's
went
just
from
absolutely insane.
tanking to first place or to 8th place.
Yeah, they went from absolutely tanking. I think they had like the 4th worst record in the league, and they've won 14 out of their last 15 with this kid at the helm. And yeah, his save percentage is just astronomical. It's totally unheard of. He's .946 save percentage right now. He's given up just over a goal and a half a game on average. And, it's not like the Senators have really been playing that great. This kid has just been lights out and winning them games.
Let me ask you this. I know a lot about tanking because I'm a Laker fan. He's come in, he's gotten them into the playoffs, but is that going to fuck up their draft now because are they going to make it out of the first round?
Well, they're probably not going to make it out of the first round. And I was just having a conversation about this a little bit ago. And, if you're the coach of the Ottawa Senators, what do you do when Robin Lehner comes back or Craig Anderson comes back? You're gearing up for the playoffs, and this kid's on a hot streak right now. If the playoffs start today, I say you start Andrew Hammond. He's the hot hand right now.
Yeah, 14-0-1, you can't beat that.
But there's 10 games left in the season. There's a lot that can happen in that matter of time. And if you get Craig Anderson and Robin Lehner back, before the playoffs, and you got 3 pretty solid goalies going into the playoffs. I mean, what a place to be in. I'm just glad I'm not the coach of the Ottawa Senators right now.
Well, I say trade the other goalies for a number 1 pick, and then you've got your pick back, and you've made the playoffs. Well, I doubt anybody would actually take that trade, but
it's been a short sample size, so I mean, you don't want to get too reactionary, but at this point, I mean, I'm sure everyone's thinking trade one of them. You don't really want to trade Robin Lehner. He's only 23 years old, and last year was the first real NHL duty he got. And I think he played in like 36 games last year and was pretty decent. This year he's been a little bit worse, but still, at league average. So I think Robin Lehner is still kind of the future of the franchise. This Andrew Hammond is 27. He's been a career AHL goalie and has had pretty, underwhelming AHL numbers. He's just gotten his call and hitting a hot streak. I don't know what's going on in his life, but whatever it is, it's working for him right now.
It's a good problem to have.
Cocaine.
Yeah. It's a wonderful drug.
What else is happening?
So, yeah, that's one really interesting goaltending story going on in the NHL right now. Another one that's causing a lot of debate is over in New York. Henrik Lundqvist is the king. He's widely considered the best goaltender in the entire world. And he's been injured recently. While he's been out in his absence, Cam Talbot, his backup, has come in and played extraordinarily well. I think he's like something crazy like 17-6 right now in the season. Rangers are in first place in the entire NHL. They're looking to probably win the President's Trophy as the best regular season team. And a lot of people are saying Henrik Lundqvist is 27 years old. Henrik Lundqvist is 33 years old. Cam Talbot's 27 years old. And some of the dumber people out there are saying, Cam Talbot's hot, leave him in. But Rangers are facing a situation where Henrik Lundqvist is going to come back in about a week to 10 days, and he's going to be the starter. I don't think there's any way that you hold him out just because Cam Talbot's hot. You're getting ready to go into the playoffs. You've got a team that's ready to win the Stanley Cup this year. I don't think you sit out a 33-year-old Henrik Lundqvist who's at the top of his game in favor of a 27-year-old backup who's on a hot streak.
Yeah, no, this isn't Joe Montana on his way down and Steve Young as an equal at that point. This is the best goalie in the league, still the best. You want that for the playoffs. You want the most veteran guy out there in the playoffs.
And in this case, Talbot's not left-handed either, so it's a big.
Yeah, exactly. He can't run with the ball.
Joe Montana.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So that's an interesting topic of conversation that's been coming up. Some people are clamoring they want Talbot. The more reasonable, logical people are saying, you've got Henrik Lundqvist. What are you thinking? You've got to play him. So that's kind of the big goalie news. What's probably the most interesting thing going on in the league right now is the Western Conference playoff race, the fight for that 8th spot.
Yeah.
Right now, it looks like Winnipeg is sitting there with 86 points. And just outside the playoffs are the Los Angeles Kings.
Just a bit outside.
Just crazy. But the thing is if the Kings land that 8th playoff spot, Stanley Cup is coming back to L.A. again.
You goddamn right.
Because they're the best when they're in the 8th spot.
They've won it as an 8th seed before.
That's right. Kick people's asses. Hell, they kicked people's asses last year as what, a 6th seed? So they love that bottom of the line. I don't know what it is.
They must be bottoms.
They've got a lot of issues right now. I think they've got more things going on than what people realize.
Yeah, Kopitar's busy having babies, that fucking bastard.
Loser.
That's definitely a distraction. I think there's a lot of off-ice distractions. They've sent Mike Richards down to the AHL affiliate, the Manchester Monarchs.
Yeah, that's weird to see Mike Richards get sent down.
And yeah, I mean, he was a pretty fair contributor to their last 2 cups.
Mm-hmm.
They've had injuries. Alec Martinez has been hurt. He's coming back to the lineup.
Isn't Alex Martinez the picture that Mandy won?
Alex.
No, that was the other one that you couldn't find.
That was one. Yeah.
It was going to be the other one.
Cannot find those pictures. They're autographed, though. They're worth nothing.
But, and they lost Slavia Voinov this year for
yeah.
Vlade Divac?
And close. Same country, I think, probably.
Slavic?
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
If we're being racist.
Yeah, and Jonathan Quick has been pretty decent, but not the same Jonathan Quick. But, if they can fight to get into that last playoff spot, Quick has historically been pretty unstoppable in the playoffs.
Yeah, Quick is only okay in the regular season. He's a playoff goalie.
Yeah, and you don't want to get to a spot where you're just counting on a goalie to go insane, lights out in the playoff, but he's got a pretty good track record so far, and I think if they've got the amount of confidence, they've done it twice already in the last 3 years. If they make the playoffs, I think that organization has enough confidence and just moxie, I guess, to be able to pull something off.
Yeah, they're the champs. I mean, they do this from behind when they're the underdogs. So
yeah, I wouldn't call them a favorite by any means, but they're definitely not a team I would want to face.
No, any team in the playoffs, they're like, I don't want to play the Kings. Please let them lose.
Right.
It's like the Rockets in the mid-'90s. They'd make it into the playoffs at the 8th seed, and they win some fucking championships.
And that feeling multiplies exponentially if you're a San Jose Sharks fan.
Yeah. I love that we crushed the Sharks.
Even a 3-0 lead's not comfortable.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. Well, thank you, sir. Thanks for laying down the hockey smack talk. That was really
You're
smack
very
talk.
welcome. I hope I kept it brief enough for you.
That was fantastic. That was perfect. That leaves us just enough time to jerk each other off about wrestling.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's all we. And I'll let you know that the chat room is absolutely in love with you because you like beer and gummy bears.
Hey, that's my style, man. I'm glad I made some friends tonight.
You
I'm
have
glad
some.
I'm number one on someone's list.
That's right.
I'm telling you, you send that beer over, you're going to make your way back up to the top. It's been a couple of shows for Daniel to bring us that beer. So
As soon as I can get my hands on some of that military grade vacuum packed MRE beer, I'll send it your way.
if only that was a thing. That'd be
Does it
great.
come with PTSD?
I'd have just every room in my house stockpiled full of that stuff. If it existed.
You just reach under your pillow and open up a packet of powdered alcohol. That'd be great.
Heat it up with a little water-activated microwave and good to go.
All of a sudden, your wife's like, "Hey, man, we're going through a lot of water lately. Just thirsty, just real thirsty."
Salute my powdered beer, babe.
If you mix it with tequila, you've got your chaser right there.
Oh, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a dangerous combination.
Now I want to try it. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. All right. What's that?
Sounds like a challenge.
I like it. Challenge accepted. Well, we're going to jerk each other off, so thanks for hanging out. You guys can get all of Phil and his buddies over at alongtheboard.com, and you can twat with him, at, as Mike likes to say, Pew Schmeier. Or P.E.
Accurate.
Yeah, or P.E. Wishmeyer. Thanks for hanging out, sir. Oop, still there? Did we lose you?
Yep.
Sweet internet connection.
I know, huh?
All right. Well, we're just gonna cut that off because that's not quite working. At least it waited till the end to break.
Exactly.
We were a little unsure about that, but thanks to Phil once again. Alongtheboards.com and P.E. Wishmeyer. And if you want to know how to spell that, don't ask me. But you can check our Twitter.
Check our feed.
We
He's
twat
on
back
there.
and forth all the time. I'm not that good of a speller.
Check
so.
mine. I retweeted him a couple times today.
Yeah, we tweeted
so.
at him today on
Yeah.
Charity Strike and all that good stuff. Anyways, let's move on. Oh, yes.
Hit my music.
Body's ready, my heart's on fire. I'm gonna push you over the wire.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention that there was a free fight card this past week.
Oh, Midlife is so mad right now.
I think that's why you were surprised I was done with MMA news last week. You're like, oh, you're done. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I forgot to announce it. Sorry, Midlife.
I don't remember that far back, but that's probably accurate.
He is right. Sorry, Midlife. I forgot to tell you about this. Anyways, it was headlined. It was in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Oh, God damn it. Are you going to try and pronounce a bunch
these
of
are
fucking
easier
Brazilian names?
These are the easiest Brazilian names.
One in the third round.
Rio de Janeiro is easy. And then it was headlined by Damian Maya. A very
God.
easy name to say.
Thank God.
He defeated Ryan LaFleur. The Jet, the Riding, Limousine, the Riding.
Fuck that up.
Yeah, I know. Woo! Ryan LaFleur.
See, when I do it, I back up from the mic.
No,
so that
nobody
the
wants that.
listeners don't have their ears explode.
They want their ears to explode, and they want overmodulation.
They do not.
Yes, they do.
Anyways.
Right, Mandy?
No.
She knows. I tell her what she wants.
On with
Great.
the show.
All right. So he defeated Ryan LaFleur. He failed in his attempt to move up in the rankings. He's a great wrestler, but going against a jiu-jitsu expert like Damian Maya, Damian Maya owned him on the floor. It was total destruction.
Do you take his back?
He did at some point, yes. And he was in the guard. the gay guard. Anyways, and then also Eric Silva